I've been given the pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, and I blogged him, so I've got a little bit on him, and there's nothing controversial that I can see here, so let's... The Honourable Sir Anand Sachanand, and he'll tell me later if I said that right again. He was sworn in as New Zealand's 19th Governor-General for a 5-year term in August 2006. He's New Zealand's first Governor-General of Indian and Pacific ancestry, and has had a lengthy career as a lawyer, a judge, and ombudsman, as well as contributing to many community and professional and sporting groups. He was born and raised in Auckland, attending Richmond Road School in Ponsonby and Sacred Heart College in Glen Innes. His grandparents were born in India and migrated to Fiji, and his parents were born in Fiji and migrated to New Zealand. Now, it's said on the blog that his career began, and as it says, he graduated as a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of Auckland in 1970. And following admission to the bar, he worked as a Crown Solicitor in the Crown Solicitor's office in Auckland. He then spent 6 years as a partner in an Auckland law firm, and principally practicing in criminal law, revenue law, and judicial review cases. And during this time, he served as a member of the Government Criminal Law Reform Committee and the District Court Rules Committee. In 1982, he was appointed a judge in the District Court with a warrant for civil and criminal cases, specialising in criminal jury trials. And between 1982 and 1994, he worked firstly in Palmerston North and then in a number of courts in the Auckland area. And during this time, he was involved in the development of judicial orientation and professional education programs, and served as a prison board chairman and on the National Parole Board. And in 1995, he was appointed a parliamentary ombudsman, serving 2 5-year terms in New Zealand. And in New Zealand, ombudsmen have jurisdiction to consider complaints by citizens of maladministration by central and local government, and to determine complaints about the availability of official information. He's also contributed to the community in a number of fields. For example, as an elected member of the Auckland District Law Society Council and as a member of the Freeman's Bay Community Committee, he was also involved with the administration of Rugby League as a member of the Council of New Zealand Rugby League and Secretary of its Rules and Interpretation Board. Another area of interest has been in international affairs, on the governance boards of the Asian New Zealand Foundation and the New Zealand Institute of International Affairs and Transparency International. Has been able to reflect both his interests and family background within the Pacific and with India. He and his wife Susan were married in 1970, and they have 3 adult children, and they have pursued a number of interests together, both in New Zealand and in travelling overseas. He was awarded a New Zealand 1990 Commemoration Medal and made a Distinguished Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit for Public Services in 2005. And on being appointed as Governor-General, he was made a Principal Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit in 2006 and a Companion of the Queen's Service Order in 2007. And with the changes of the New Zealand Royal Honours System in 2009, he was redesignated as a Knight Grand Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit. In 2006, the University of Auckland awarded him Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. And I know that both he and his wife Susan are patrons of quite a large number of organisations, groups, both community and sports. And I want to mention that because when he came to the West Coast, he agreed to be patron to the West Coast Rugby League. I have great pleasure in introducing our keynote speaker, Serrano.
Thank you, Richard, for your warm welcome. May I begin by greeting everyone in the languages of the realm of New Zealand, in English, Māori, Cook Island Māori, Niuean, Tokelauan and New Zealand Sign Language. Greetings, kia ora, kia orana, whakalofalahi atu, taloha ni, and as it is the afternoon time, good afternoon. I want then specifically to greet you, Janfrey Bryce Chapman and Dr. Alison Blakelock, Chairperson and Executive Director respectively of the Health Promotion Forum of New Zealand, runanga whakapiki ake I te haura o Aotearoa. You, Reverend Richard Wallace, co-mātua and council members of the forum, guest speakers, particularly Professor Philippa Howden Chapman of the University of Otago, Kevin Haig, member of the New Zealand Parliament, distinguished guests otherwise, and I know that you have a great many in the next day and a half, ladies and gentlemen. It is with pleasure that my wife Susan and I have accepted the invitation to attend Haora, Everyone's Right 2009, the Health Promotion Forum Symposium. I've been asked to formally open the symposium, and just before I do, I would like to address the theme of this gathering and the work that you all do as health promoters. Under a banner reading Haora, it seems natural to use a Māori theme or structure in framing what I have to say. As will be known to many here, an orator on the paipai starts with a recitation of whakapapa, which is partly to connect with those present. There is then some whai kōrero, and lastly a wero or challenge. With reference to the theme of this symposium, I am speaking as a member of a family where health has been a primary concern. My father practiced as a GP in Ponsonby and Glen Innes in Auckland for many years, and my mother worked as a Karatani nurse before being married. I'm also speaking as someone with a long-standing interest in the health profession, an interest that was perhaps established courtesy of both of my parents' occupations and subsequently repeated in my working life.